happening, folks? It's your boy, NaptownBorn, coming back at you like always. Should probably cut that light off. Fuck it. Anyway, man, I'm not back on a good note. Let's say that. After my last couple videos, I had to do some thinking. I am a boxing channel mostly, so those videos, if you're a boxing fan and you happen to watch those videos, be warned. You know, my profile has a disclaimer on it, boxing in a little more, and it is only a little bit. So, if you get pissed off about something that I have to say on a civil issue, I don't really give a fuck. Besides, videos like that kind of open my eyes to truer thoughts that to you know, let me know how the people I'm dealing with really think sometimes. So when I do videos like that and I get some negative shit, or I think some really foul shit was said or whatever, I mean, that just affects my interactions going forward. But hey, you ain't gotta watch them motherfuckers. So, my bad. Back to boxing. My bad for not putting the Agbeko prediction out here. My prediction on any comments I said was Mahrez by a close decision. Not that that's a good thing right now. Okay. I should probably turn this shit down, huh? Gun ballad. Jedi mind tricks. I'm telling you, if you don't fucking already know about them, which you should have, they've been out for like what, going on 10 years, if not longer now. Fucking check the motherfuckers out. It's one of the few real, actually good rap groups available. Anyway, back to boxing. Man, I could go off on so many tangents. But fuck the prediction, okay? I didn't do a prediction. Me sitting here saying Mahrez, I thought Mahrez was going to win. That can be confirmed just by checking my buddies, you know, various people I watch, and me comment in the comment section. But I wasn't right. Because not only did Mahrez lose that fight, he lost that fight twice. If that makes any sense. I mean, not only should he have been disqualified, but with as many low blows that was thrown, he could have been disqualified twice. No bullshit. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Why did it take me so long to make a video? Well, see, sometimes when something shitty, like real bad like that happens, right away I'm not, you know, right away I'm too emotional maybe about the sport, that when something like that happens right away, you know, I'm texting my guy, or, you know, I'm watching other videos, and I'm real emotional about the fact that Agbeko was allowed to be treated so badly. So I'm not really, you know, checking my facts or anything. Going back and looking at the fight again, fuck that other video, and y'all know who I'm talking about, that's trying to say that all the low blows were from Agbeko pulling Mahrez's head back. It happened a few times, but whenever it would happen, the ref would warn him about it, and even when it didn't happen, the ref would warn him about it. So I'm not listening to that shit. Look, there had to have been at least 20 fucking legit low blows. Now, I agree with Joe Habib on this. Just because it was on the belt line does not make it questionable or okay. It's still a full-out illegal blow. You don't have to get hit in the nuts. Okay? You don't have to get hit in the nuts for it to be a low blow. You can get hit on the thigh. You can get hit in the hip. You can get hit on the ass cheek. It's still a fucking low blow. So the belt line was actually below the belly buttons, and anything below the belly button is considered a low blow. There were a lot of fucking low blows. A lot. And even if you want to pass some off as borderline because they did hit the belt line, which the belt was still low, it was still a low shot, an illegal shot. Understand that first. But even if you're still going to claim that belt shot was questionable, there were enough blatant low blows in that match to still get Mahrez disqualified twice over. And before anybody starts telling me on this page how, well, with the fight being so close and Mares won, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck if the score would have been 117, 111, or 118 110 for Mares at the end of the fight. At that point, it makes little to no difference how good Mares looked other than the low blows. Because after so many low shots, then the low shots, the illegal blows, the dirty fighting, the inept referee, that becomes the story of the fight. It doesn't matter if Agbeko performed his worst performance ever, which didn't happen. What mattered was that even if Mares looked better to you, even if you think he'd win a rematch, there shouldn't have been a need for it. He should have already been disqualified. Okay? Or at least got the point deducted. If he'd have got 1 point deducted, I think, maybe he would have stopped throwing the low blows. Certainly after 2 points, he would have stopped throwing the low blows, and we would have seen who was really going to win the fight. But not giving him not deducting any points when he could have been disqualified twice? Wow. Now, a lot of people are going to jump to the referee was corrupt, he got paid off. And to be quite honest, without the proof, I just can't think that way. But I can't argue it either. It was too convenient that Agbeko was allowed to be punished with illegal blows from round 1 to round 12. This happened every round. Okay, there wasn't a break in the low blow action. I think by round 6 I was texting Precise like, damn, he could have been disqualified by now. And that's not even halfway through the fight. That's just in round 6. Before round 6 is over. God damn it. This was horrible. This is exactly what they call a black eye on boxing. And it's happening again and again and again. It's happening so often this year that it makes me not want to make videos. It makes me not want to come on here and talk about shit, because what good is it going to do? Like me sitting here talking shit, what good is it going to do? That referee should never, ever, 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 ever be allowed to referee another boxing match ever again. Matter of fact, he shouldn't be allowed to referee, judge. He should barely be allowed to sit in the fucking audience. I mean, that was terrible. That was terrible. Asking Joseph Agbeko to take low blow punishment for 12 rounds with no way of getting out of it. The referee was not going to give Mares a point, no matter what it seemed. No matter what. He warned Agbeko for everything else. You fucking kidding me? I'm glad that they got the rematch, but there's nothing right now in my mind. There's nothing saying that with Golden Boy behind this, the piss poor judging, the piss poor referee jobs that we've seen, there's nothing guaranteeing me right now that the next fight is going to be fair. I hope Agbeko's team is doing their homework on judges and referees and tries to pick the most unbiased that they can and demand it. Because, I mean, wow. Because the only two options, that's why I'm saying I'm not going to argue with people who think, Golden Boy paid the referee. I'm not going to argue. I don't personally believe that. But I'm not going to argue because it is just too convenient for Golden Boy to be raising this Mares kid and then have one fight end in some controversy, and then all of a sudden in the next fight it should have ended in hell of a lot of controversy with Mares being disqualified, but yet no points were taken. Like nothing bad happened to him when it most rightfully should have. I mean, there cannot be another legitimate referee out there in the boxing world that is agreeing with what happened to Mora, and I think even Mora has come back on some of what he said. But hindsight's 20/20, motherfucker. I agree with B. Begin. Why the fuck aren't we using instant replays? Every other fucking sport has. Why? He could see it on the fucking screen that it was low, and I mean, come on. Not fucking 5 seconds. He could have waited 5 seconds at the count of 5, change his mind. I don't know how that shit works, actually. I don't know if they can actually change their mind, but was it the 10th or 11th? The knockdown? No, not a knockdown, not legitimate. The first one I'll give argument to, because even though Agbeko was off balance and was probably going down because he was off balance, I can't see anything. The punch did land, and if the punch hadn't landed, Agbeko possibly could have stayed on his feet. I guess that's why I'm not going to argue that either. I'll agree with the first knockdown, but even after that, Agbeko started fighting his ass off. He looked flat at first, but then he started fighting his ass off halfway through the fight. And even early in the fight, fourth round, he buzzed the shit out of Mares, and he buzzed him a couple more times. But you can't sit here and tell me that the fight wouldn't have been any different, because not getting hit below the belt by illegal blows all night could quite likely change the whole story of the fight. Agbeko could have turned this fight around really quick if he hadn't. I mean, that shit has to affect somebody. Getting hit that many times in the thigh, hips, dick, groin, all that shit. Getting hit there so many fucking times has to have an effect. It just can't not be completely ineffective and beside the point. So regardless, Mares won the fight, but fuck the low blows. Well, no, it affected the fight. It had to. There's no way it didn't. So I guess that's my little 12-minute rant. Man, sometimes I just want to be like, fuck boxing. Sometimes. NaptownBorn. Deuces.